have another soup recipe to share with you. Tonight I am making a delicious creamy potato soup. You're going to need some bacon, onion, cheddar cheese. I am using sharp cheddar cheese. You can use mild or sharp. Either one works. Potatoes, garlic, chicken broth, flour, salt and pepper, butter, and a half a cup of milk. All right, let's get into it. I want this to be a one-pot recipe, so I'm going to start with the bacon, cook that, and then cut up the rest of my ingredients for the potato soup. I'm cooking, probably about 4 slices of bacon. For the complete recipe, you can find it in the description box of the video. I wanted to mention that I am under the weather. I've been fighting a head cold for a couple of days now. I wanted to cook another soup video for you guys before the end of the month. I'm praying that I'm able to fight off whatever this head cold is. I've been congested for days, so tonight I've decided to go ahead and rub my chest down with some Vicks Vapor Rub and see if that helps to clear up my sinuses. So I don't have any cough or anything like that. It's just I'm congested. The temperatures dropped down to, I want to say maybe the 40s, and I woke up congested. And I'm starting to feel just a little bit tired. And I feel like the reason why I'm tired is because I'm not getting good sound sleep. You know how hard it is to sleep whenever you're congested. Winter colds are the worst. And when I get a sinus cold, they're really bad on me. I have a deviated septum, so my nasal canal is really narrow. And once it gets packed, it's hard to clear those sinuses out. So you may notice in this video that I'm a little congested, that my ears are stopped up too. While that bacon is cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and cut up the potatoes. Those are only gonna take probably about 10 minutes to cook, not too long. You want to make sure the potatoes are nice and tender. You can just stick it with a fork to test it out. Thank you guys for all of the love that you shared on my last 2 cooking videos. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you guys watching these videos. It excites me when you tell me that you're going to try my recipes. Thank you so much. And then you've even commented on some recipes that I've done in the past that you enjoy. That makes me excited to hear that. Thank you. I got a few comments on my 3-cheese jalapeno broccoli cheddar soup. So one of the main comments was, where is the jalapenos? I didn't realize when I was showing you the Velveeta cheese sauce that I didn't show you the front of the package. I used jalapeno Velveeta cheese sauce. So that was the 3rd cheese. So you can use the Velveeta jalapeno cheese, or you can add a half a jalapeno to the recipe, or you can add a couple of tablespoons of jalapeno juice to the recipe. So I just wanted to clarify that, but it is in the description box of the video. I'm cutting my potatoes into medium-sized chunks. I go ahead and wash these potatoes before I boil them, and I'm going to boil them for probably about 10 minutes until they're tender. This bacon is almost done, so that frees up my pot. Gave my potatoes a good rinse. I'm going to set them to the side while this bacon finished cooking. Once the bacon is done, I start cooking the potatoes. I have a few more minutes on that bacon, and then I can start on the potatoes. It's smelling good in here. Someone said in the comment, I wish I can smell your food. I wish you could too, because it smells delicious. I'm actually cooking later in the day, So my van's gonna be smelling like bacon all night. It's late in the evening. I wanted to start earlier, but like I said, I'm not feeling good. So I had to lay down for a couple of hours. In my tomato basil video, I asked what are some of the recipes that you add to your tomato soup that I did add to mine, and someone said mushrooms. Sounds good. I'm gonna have to try that next time. Add some fresh mushrooms. I don't want to burn my bacon. Let me take it out. And you don't want to throw away your bacon grease because we're going to need that later. So once you remove the bacon, just go ahead and pour the bacon grease out of the pot. I'm going to use this little glass bowl to pour it into. I'm adding about a cup of water to boil my potatoes in. So I'm adding the potatoes to the water, adding salt to the potatoes. I'm gonna put the lid on it so that it doesn't take too long to cook. So I'm gonna set all of this to the side. Move my bacon and my grease because I don't want to knock it off this counter. I've done that one too many times. While those potatoes cook, I'm gonna finish cut up the onions and then take a little break while that cooks. So it should only take about 10 minutes. I was talking to you guys about the weather getting cooler, dropping down to the 70s. It went back up to the 80s, mid 80s, quick. The nights are cooler, but the daytime it went probably back up to 85. And in this van, 85 feels like 105. It is a metal box, so it gets pretty hot. When the temperature fluctuates like that, from extreme hot to cold, my body doesn't adjust well. If you guys have any recommendation for severe congestion, that I am going to rub my chest down with some Vicks Vapor Rub tonight. See if that open up my sinuses. I do like to try natural remedies versus always ingesting medicine. This is the last of my cheese. I would use more, but I'm out of cheese, so I gotta get some more. So if I was to guess, this is probably about 2 ounces of cheese. Someone asked me in the comments, why do I forget things in my video? It's because I'm distracted. I'm talking to you guys, and when you're talking, you forget things. My cooking videos are not scripted, so it's easy to forget things when you're talking. I have everything chopped up, so I will come back once these potatoes are done and throw the rest of the ingredients together, and voila, I have potato soup. It's just that easy. All right, I'll be back. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes. My potatoes are done, so I'm going to drain the water off. Remove them from the pot and set it to the side so that I can saute my onions. If you want to speed up the process, you can cook the bacon and potatoes at the same time. So cook the bacon in a skillet. You can also cook it in the oven. That would make the bacon so crispy by cooking it in the oven. And then you can cook your potatoes in a pot. That'll cut the time in half. So I'm adding in 2 tablespoons of butter. Turn the burner back on. So I added in the 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to let that melt before I add in the onions. Once your butter is fully melted and hot, add in the onions. There used to be a time that I hated onions. I could not stand onions. Now I eat them on everything. I love onions. So we're going to let that saute for about 10 minutes. I'm giving them a good mix in the butter. Who else used to hate onions but love them now? I love onions. I like fresh onions. I'm not a fan of grilled onions, but I love fresh onions. A few more minutes on these onions, and then I'm going to add the garlic. I've decided that I'm not going to cook for Thanksgiving. I wanted to cook a Cornish hen. I've been to 3 different stores. The 4th store that I went to, I found Cornish hen, but they sell them in a twin pack. So they sell them in a twin pack, but they were too large to fit into my air fryer, and I don't have room for 2 Cornish hens, so I am not going to cook for Thanksgiving. I do have one more soup recipe that I'm going to make before Thanksgiving. Yeah, I'm not going to cook for Thanksgiving. I'm just going to enjoy some R&R for that week. So no Thanksgiving video this year. No cooking video. Add in the garlic. Instead of cooking, I am going to be decorating. I'm ready for some Christmas decorations. I've been watching Christmas movies all week. So I started with Home Alone 1 and 2, Christmas with the Cranks, Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase, then Jingle All the Way. Onions and garlic is sauteed. I'm going to add in chicken broth. Adding in the flour. Mix that in. After you add the chicken broth flour, add in the milk. Add in half of my potatoes. I want this to be a creamy potato soup. I'm going to use my immersion blender, and that's going to give it a nice creamy texture. And then I add in the rest of the potatoes. Add in the sour cream. Shredded cheese. And then give it a nice mix. If you don't have immersion blender, you can use a potato smasher to smash up your potatoes. And then now I'm going to add the salt and the pepper. Let that simmer for about 10 minutes before I add my bacon. And then that's it. You can top your potato soup with any ingredients that you would put on a baked potato. Add some sour cream. I am going to add some bacon to my potato soup, and then I'm going to top it with some bacon. You can add some chives to it. You can add green onions. Whatever you typically add to your baked potato, you can add to this soup. I'm going to let it simmer for 10 minutes and then come back and do a final taste test. The final taste test. That's good. Very creamy. I need a little bit more salt. I'm not going to add too much because that bacon is salty, so it's going to add flavor to it. It has a nice creamy texture. So I'm going to add in 2 strips of bacon. You can break it up to whatever size you like. Yummy. Toppings, I am going to add some bacon. And just a little bit of shredded cheese. That's it. The complete recipe is in the description box of this video. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.